Well, we just don't know, and that's the big attraction of this fight. Nobody knows just what might happen in the next few minutes here. Everybody is just waiting, all eyes on the area where the two fighters will make their entrances from. Remember, they're in dressing rooms that could not be further apart in this arena. This is around the Mike Tyson dressing room. There's Shelley Finkel, his manager. We've seen the referee give his final instructions. He's already in the ring. And remember, they have no chance of meeting or even touching gloves before the fight begins in earnest. A lot of policemen outside Lennox Lewis's dressing room. I tell you, if George Bush was fighting Saddam Hussein on the undercard here tonight, the security could not be tighter. A lot of people have had trouble getting in, and you're looking here at one of the most extraordinary pre-fight scenes in heavyweight title history. The security blanket or cordon which will keep the two camps apart when they get into the ring tonight. Have you ever seen anything like this or experienced anything like it?
Well, there's never been anything quite like this, certainly not in a boxing ring. I mean, whether WWF wrestling have done anything like this as a stunt, I don't know, but this is for real. This is, you know, they're really red hot on security.
The door to the Lewis dressing room opens. Not quite sure for what. I think Tyson should be first in the ring as the challenger. They're just waiting to get the nod, really. Tremendous heat and electricity and tension and anxiety generated. Tyson, I believe, is on his way. After all the long weeks of preparation in Hawaii, on the island of Maui, where he did 160 rounds, here he comes. Tyson tonight attempting to become the first heavyweight ever to hold the title in 3 separate decades. The 80s, 90s, and now in 2002, this decade. And he's getting a good reception. You have to say, despite all his crazy antics and wild words, he remains a magnetic force in the business.
He really does, Ian. I mean, right all through the years, there's been nothing, you know, like a Tyson entrance. He comes in, there's no thrills. He just gets in and does business. He really is such an exciting character, you know, and has proven himself time and time again as a tremendous fighter.
Now there's a security problem. Now what is going on here? Now that'll be a confrontation because he's a tough guy. I've met him before, trying to get past him to get a Tyson interview without success, usually, I have to say, though he's a nice bloke. Apparently he's a hairdresser the rest of the time.
Got to be a tough hairdresser shop.
They're saying only 6 people are allowed in the entourage. That's the rule. Not even the fighters are beating the cordon here. Stacey McKinley in the background there with the beard, who's been with Mike Tyson for 9 years, is protesting. So Tyson's entry to the ring being blocked for the moment. See Mike McCallum there, the old body snatcher, part of the training team. That's a clue maybe to Tyson's tactics, by the way that he has been employed. Maybe he'll try to weaken Lewis with body shots, take away his mobility. Cries of Lewis, Lewis from the British fans, though not so many as we expected. I suspect because of the World Cup. Now they can see Tyson making his entrance. How does he look to you, Glenn?
Well, he looks a bit pensive, you know, he's obviously a bit nervous. Doesn't matter, you know, how tough he is, how great he is, you still feel those nerves. He's going into a big fight, probably the biggest of his career, defining fight that would round up a career, you know, that's had controversy and everything in there. So he's bound to have some nerves.
He's been jailed, banned, reviled, and yet the compulsion to watch is almost irresistible. Will he become a 3-time world heavyweight champion tonight? It's amazing he's still around, let alone boxing. Now then, Lennox Lewis is being told it's time to go to work. They're probably just waking him up, Glenn.
No, I think he'll be well awake, well warmed up. He'll be expecting a torrid opening round. They know what Mike Tyson's going to do. They'll have warmed long and hard, and he'll be ready for it.
But he does sleep in the dressing room. before fights. Never looks as if he's got a care in the world. I don't think he'll be laughing on his way to the ring in the way that Evander Holyfield did. I think when Tyson saw him laughing, he was a bit put off himself by that. No, don't let us in here. They're not going to let the cameras in there. Tammy Cotel, who deals with the fighters backstage for the American TV companies, telling Lennox Lewis, and she's not frightened to do it, that it's time to move and get on with it. And Tyson, an underdog for once, being kept waiting in the ring. He's not used to this, is he?
No, he's not used to this, but it won't faze him. You know, he prowls around that ring. He really does, you know, and he's going to be trying to intimidate Lewis when Lewis comes out.
And he is about to come out. There's Emmanuel Stewart, the trainer, and Lennox on his way, dancing to some imaginary reggae beat, and looking for all the world as if he's about to go for an amble in the countryside, not face Lennox Lewis. Has he got those same steely, hard eyes that he had on the night he came out for revenge against Hasim Rahman, revenge that he achieved? What do you think?
Well, he looks solid. You know, he's going to prepare. This is the hard moment, Ian, when fighters are trying to keep it together. The tension is really, really on it, and you can lose it all in these last few minutes and all get a bit too much for you. He's going to be nervous as well.
Glenn, I think he looks a little more pensive than one has seen him on his way to the ring. But I think, you know, this is such a fight of such magnitude that it's got to both of them a bit in these last few minutes.
Of course it is. You know, both of them know, you know, they could be knocked out tonight. Both of them know it's a tremendous big fight that could really make their careers. So they know the importance of this confrontation.
Lewis, who began his boxing career as a young boy in the Queen's Silver Jubilee year, will he end it tonight with his most glorious and significant win over Tyson? And can he complete a triumphant long weekend for English sport? The England footballers, I know, have ordered special coverage of this at their hotel in Japan. They've done their bit. Will Lewis do his? And this is 17th world title fight tonight. Only Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes throughout heavyweight history have boxed more at this level.
Well, he's getting the same problems that Tyson got. They're just allowing the same number that Tyson had.
Well, I've seen this kind of trouble trying to get past the gate at Leicester City Football Club or somewhere like that, but not fighters on their way to the ring for the richest fight in heavyweight history.
Well, they've obviously planned it out. I'm sure the corners will have been told how many were going to be allowed, so they should have expected this. They should have been prepared for it.
The limit of 6 people in the entourage was agreed by both camps. What's going through his mind? He's hinted at retirement this week. Somebody said, should we be surprised if it's your last fight, Lennox? No, don't be surprised. I don't like that bit.
No, that doesn't sound good. But, you know, Lennox has always been very calculated. He's always been in control of his destiny. So, you know, maybe he just, you know, that's one of these things. He's made a plan and that's it. But I don't think that will take anything away from his motivation in this fight. He knows, you know, just by the fear factor that he's got to go out there and he's got to beat this man, and he's got to beat him well.
At the home of Elvis, Lennox Lewis bidding for his own American trilogy, if you like, tonight. Of the great fighters of his era, he beat Riddick Bowe in the Olympics. He beat Evander Holyfield, of course, as a professional to become undisputed champion. Can he beat Mike Tyson as well? Well, a mixed reception, you'd say, for Lennox Lewis. There are many, many people here who want Mike Tyson to get the crown back for the United States.
Well, I think both fighters got mixed receptions. You know, this is pretty split, a crowd with who wants who to win.
There's been so much talk and so many questions. We are very near to the time for some answers.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. It is time for our historic night of boxing. boxing and a long-awaited, much-anticipated featured bout of the evening. This bout coming away is brought to you by Lion Promotions, Main Events, and Fight Night, Inc. in association with Prize Fight Promotions, as presented by the undisputed King of Beers, Budweiser.
Boxing fans, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. It's the Rumble on the River. Tonight here in Memphis, Tennessee, we will turn the page to another chapter in the history book of boxing legends. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. 12 rounds of boxing for the linear, legitimate, and universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, the International Boxing Federation, the International Boxing Organization, and the great state of Tennessee.
Representing the WBC, President Jose Suleiman, Supervisors General Colin Hartneyboom and Rex Ross Walker. For the IBF President Marion Muhammad, Supervisor Linda Torres. The IBO President and Supervisor Ed Levine, and the Tennessee Commerce and Insurance Commissioner is Ann Pope.
The three judges assigned to ringside scoring this contest on the 10 points must system are from South Africa, Alfred Bukwana, from Thailand, Anik Hongtongkam, and from Belgium, Bob Logis. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action from the United States, Eddie Cotton.
All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, the time for talk is over. The time to fight is here. It's the time we've all been waiting for. Live from the Pyramid in Memphis, it's fight time! Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing his traditional solid black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 234 1/2 pounds with a record of 49 wins, 3 losses, 2 no contests. He has 43 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the youngest man ever to win the heavyweight title, currently ranked the #1 contender by the WBC. Please welcome tonight's challenger, the explosive 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
And hiding out of the red corner, wearing white, trimmed with red letters, and officially weighing 249 1/4 pounds. He captured Olympic gold in 1988. Now, as a professional, he has 39 victories, including 30 knockouts and 3 world titles. He has 2 defeats and a draw, all by way of rematch have been changed to victories, making him one of the few men in boxing history to have virtually defeated every man he has ever faced. Ladies and gentlemen, from London, England, presenting the 3-time world champion, the linear, legitimate, and universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox.
Cast of thousands in the ring, quite literally it seems, including 2 MCs. It's that kind of fight. They're very much from rival organizations.
Heavyweights must now step forward when the bell rings. Only one will be Destiny's hero. Only one will pass from heavyweight greatness to heavyweight legend. So now there's only one thing left to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Incredible atmosphere, and as the security men leave, time to light the blue touch paper and stand well back. They've been apart all week, now they will meet for real. They sparred as teenagers, brawled at a press conference when Tyson admitted biting Lewis's legs. We are all set, the ring is clear. Michael Buffer among the last to leave. Tyson against Lewis, the big showdown. Expect a fast start from Tyson. What happens here? And Lewis threatening to be just as assertive himself. Tyson lands first with a left hand. Evander Holyfield says the first real big punch will be crucial. A solid jab from Tyson, a shot he's been forgetting in recent times. Now he gets close, and watch Tyson as caught by a right hand. Two of them, in fact. Uppercuts by Lewis. Lewis will try to crowd him close in then.
Lewis is doing the right thing. He's trying to stand with him. He's trying to use a heavy jab. Caught with a left hook there, Lewis.
That's the one he's got to worry about in particular. He's never met a puncher as big as Tyson, but Tyson has probably never met a puncher as big as Lewis. Eddie Cotton's got a big job, a man who's handled fights inside New Jersey prisons in the past.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. Come on, stop it.
Quickly on the case. Lewis is going to do that every time Tyson gets close, try to hold on.
Lewis needs to start using more punches, needs to start getting that jab. He's holding on a bit too much. Tyson will get through.
I think he thinks that Tyson is a short burning fuse these days. Goes for it again with the left, a great jab. Tyson rediscovering that shot, perhaps under new trainer Ronnie Shields. But can he look like that ferocious being of old, of the late 1980s? The force of nature almost.
Lewis tries with a right hand.
You gotta stop holding too. Come on, Lennox. Stop holding.
Tyson trying to take the fight to Lewis, but being largely frustrated. He did land with one left hook.
Tyson going to the head a bit. He's got to try and switch it to the body.
There's the hook again. Lewis's chin passes the test so far. Pressure from Tyson. Lewis so much bigger, looking to use that size and strength and hoping the storm will blow itself out.
And Lewis has got to start using that jab and getting the hands up. The hands are very, very low. He's leaning on Tyson there, trying to sap the strength. He's very, very strong human being, Lennox Lewis.
Lewis has this problem of punching down. Misses with the right hand. Tyson slipped the punch.
Step back, come on, step back. Time!
The end of a fascinating opening round. A lot of people thought it might not last a round. It has.
Man, ain't much of a fight. Just settle down. If you really would see how bad he looked, you would be surprised. Settle down, get yourself together, start working your jab. You took all of the anger and slowed him down already by wrestling and tying him up. Okay? Just take your time. Don't let him fight the fight that he's trying to make you fight. Take your time, get to work at your jab.
If you get only one body shot in, that's all we need. Maybe two. If you can
Ronnie
get two
Shields in the other corner.
Keep your hands up.
He's probably slow a little bit if you really would see the business how clumsy he is. Just settle down and get to work at that jab now. Just settle down and work yourself.
Good round. You won the first round, okay?
He did win the first round as well on the pressure. Ronnie Shields in the corner and Riot Shields under the ring. That's the kind of scene we've got here tonight.
Come on top first and then uppercut, okay?
Well, he certainly started the better. He looks more relaxed. Lennox in his corner looked a bit anxious, and he did when he was fighting.
First round to Tyson, but maybe psychologically Lewis will be pleased to have got through that opening session. Stop the holding. Now then, Eddie Cotton's on his case, and Lewis will have to watch this, because if he keeps getting warnings about that, there'll be point deductions. Can it go to points? Seems unlikely, but you never know.
Nice and easy, Mike. Nice and easy. Come on.
But the one thing that you do notice in the style of Tyson, he has turned the clock back a bit, hasn't he, with that movement.
Terrific right uppercut from Lewis. Tyson always had a good chin. Only ever stopped late by Buster Douglas and Evander Holyfield. Plus, of course, the disqualification defeat on that notorious night against Holyfield. This is Lewis getting the jab working now. Tyson, a bit wild with the hooks.
Pick up. Nice and easy.
Lewis's camp always said in the years leading to this fight, it was the easiest fight out there for him. They'd win it in 2.
Lewis trying to get that jab working, having some success with that punch.
And uppercuts on the inside. This is good from Lewis. Jabs on the outside, uppercuts on the inside. Tyson looks frustrated for the time being. But he might just need one moment, as he did against Buster Mathis and against Franz Botha when he was getting outboxed.
Stop holding, you're holding.
That's 2 warnings in the round. I tell you what, he could be in trouble here, Lewis, because this is a basic part of his game plan.
Well, that is a definite tactic from Lewis, and he's not getting away with it, as he shouldn't really.
There's the uppercut again. Brilliantly picked shot from Lewis. Tyson takes it. Lewis in control in round 2. Can't miss with the jab. He's not slipping them like he used to in his heyday, Tyson.
No, that's a jab that's so effective from Lewis. He just hasn't got to pull it back sloppy. He's got to keep it right back to the chin.
Lewis does keep his left glove pretty low and sometimes looks vulnerable to a right hand. Hasim Rahman certainly found one in their first fight. And Tyson will be looking for that, all right.
Good, I like that. Work.
Lewis has settled down, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is a lot better from Lennox, getting the jab working.
Oh, great shot. Those uppercuts are a big problem for Tyson. He now knows that every time he tries to get close, he might take one of those, and that's going to plant some doubts in his head.
Most definitely. The tactics are perfect at this stage for Lennox. His round.
Very definitely. Very definitely. I tell you what, Glenn, it seems strange after all the talk that we're actually watching the reality of this fight happening.
It really does feel strange to see these two contenders in the ring.
You cannot let this man throw too many jabs at you without you coming back or something, right? Okay, look, you started using your feints, but you quit jabbing. You have to be in this man's chest. You understand? Make this a very ugly fight now, okay? I want you right in close.
He's slowing down.
Make this an ugly fight.
Yeah, he wants him to get close, right on the chest. Just start hitting him inside, body shots.
And how to get inside, that's the problem. That's what he didn't tell him.
Yeah.
On your way.
Well, he knows how to do it. He did the ball. He's going to move that head, get in quicker.
These two with 30 world title fights between them and 74 knockouts. Round 3. What next here? Round 1 to Tyson, round 2, big to Lewis. But Lewis has got to be careful that he doesn't hold on, because I think pretty soon he'll get a point deducted for it. Again, a good counter shot from Lewis.
Yeah, he's picking the punches very good, very sharp as Tyson comes into them. Tyson neglecting the jab. He's got to use that punch. Lewis often finds it difficult against people that jab.
Lewis moving more languidly and easily, as if the tension out of his body is draining away. starting to box his fight. Tyson just doesn't have that old foot speed that he had before.
Well, he's a lot older than those young days, but he's still going to try and find a way past that jab.
He's getting outboxed at the moment, Tyson. Can he find an answer? We know he's got one. It's a question of whether he can land it.
Get up. Come on.
Just sweet counter-punching from Lewis.
Yeah, the problem for Tyson, even if he gets in, he's not getting his punches off.
Will Tyson become dispirited? Might he resort to something outside the Queensberry rules, I wonder, to try to change the pattern? We've seen it before, of course, notoriously.
Yep, we know he's capable of that if he thinks he's getting beat.
And at the moment he is. And it looks as if he was just blinking away. Maybe some blood is there by the right eye of Tyson.
Let's go.
Try to get a closer look. It could be an optical illusion under the lights. Left hook, didn't quite land flush. He is cut, Tyson.
Punch out. Stop punching. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Cut by the right eye. One of the jabs must have done it. Oh, and a crunching right hand from Lewis. One that looked as if it was about to fell a tree.
Well, he's standing his ground, Lewis. He's doing the right thing. You know, he's meeting fire with fire. He's trying to steady Tyson up, and now he's going to try and back him up.
Stop punching. Come on.
Tyson has the equalizer. He's cut, and he might be getting a little frustrated, or more than a little.
Time.
Lewis again. 3 rounds gone. Psychological advantage, big time, to Lennox Lewis.
Tyson, get his nose. Now look, listen to me.
Okay, Mike,
Look, you got to relax yourself. Give me a towel.
They've got problems in that corner.
Yep, they have. That's the last thing he needed, a cut, but he's got to get out of the way of those
You let
jabs.
this guy have his way on the outside. You understand? Don't let this man have his way on the outside. You got to be close to this man. You understand? You got to stay close. When you get close, shoot your uppercuts and go to the body with this man. Okay? Use your face. When you get inside, you got to go both hands. You can't just go one hand. You understand? You understand? Together.
So far, so good for Lewis. He's imposed his style on Tyson. You were talking about that beforehand in your tactics preview.
Yep, that's exactly what he had to do. Use the jab, then bring the right uppercut in, start bringing the long right hand in, but he's doing it perfectly. He met the fire, he subdued the first round. Now he's trying to be the boss in there.
Stop it.
This is round 4.
Stop it. Come on, let's go.
This is the point in the fight where many people thought Lewis would take over. He takes another left hook from Tyson, but again, no real response. Are those people who thought Lewis had no heart and a bad chin over here having to reassess a little? When Tyson has landed, he's taken them well. Up to now, anyway. There's a crunching right hand again from Lennox Lewis. Huge cheers from the British contingent here. And another one. Tyson can't keep on taking these. Here's Lewis slowly breaking him up, looking stronger, pushes him back.
Well, he's doing the right thing. That was a low blow.
Left to the body. And another right hand. Tyson looking a bit old in there. He's trying to find the angle. Almost like a character trying to remember the plot from years ago to land just one last haymaker.
He'll be getting frustrated here. He's not getting his shots on, getting picked off with that jab. Lewis is completely in control.
But is there drama to come? There's blood from Tyson's nose as well. But it's the eye that would be the bigger worry. Eating the jab and a lovely right hand clubbing one followed by the uppercut. He's going through the repertoire, Lennox Lewis here. This is the fight he's always craved. There's a graze underneath Lewis's left eye, unless it's blood that smeared off Tyson's face onto his.
Well, he's really hitting Tyson with all the shots. Look at the jab. Wonderful work behind that punch.
Get out.
Is there a way back from here for Mike Tyson, a few days short of his 36th birthday? Lewis, who's older but fresher, and it's showing. Another right hand, and it's a good fight as well so far, let that be said.
A very good fight. This is what we wanted to see. Let's hope it stays this way.
Nobody's feeling shortchanged so far. Breathing heavily, Tyson. Looking swollen and cut around the face. Lewis is doing a number on him with his right hand, and down he goes! Tyson! No, he's not going to count it. There was a punch after he'd slipped, but it is not. It was a push. It was a push, I think. It was certainly a punch on the way down, but that is not going to go down as a knockdown.
We got a point.
A point deducted for Lennox Lewis is the final outcome of that. He'd had 2 warnings for holding. Now for pushing Tyson down, he gets a point deducted.
You ain't never went to it. You see the man that's like this and you still doing this shit. Don't turn it by him. Then get this motherfucker out of here, man. You can fuck around and get caught with some crazy shit. Step it up, the man is finished.
Put them shits together, baby.
You ain't never took it to himself.
He's angry. Street talk from Emmanuel Stewart.
Well, he wants him to just finish the job. He knows how dangerous Tyson is. He wants him to get down there. He knows he's ready to go.
You bend that around like that.
Now let's have a look at this incident again. There's a cracking right hand, and then he pushes him. I reckon Tyson might have gone down from that anyway.
Well, it was a good right hand, but look there, Ian, he really leans on him. Just really puts all his weight on it. I think the referee was right on that occasion.
Fifth round coming up. Lewis read the riot act by Emmanuel Stewart, told to go out and finish the job before Tyson finishes him with one huge punch. That could happen. Remember Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott back in the 50s. Walcott leading, Marciano's Susie Q takes him out to win the heavyweight title.
But look at these jabs. This is really frustrating. Tyson taking left jabs like that.
Let's go, get up.
Tyson's left eye has got a problem, I think now. A bit of swelling there. We'll get a closer look at that. Can anyone watching this doubt that Lennox Lewis is one of the great heavyweights?
Well, so far he's done everything per plan. Fantastic tactics, doing everything right. He's taken all the fight out of Tyson. Nothing much coming back.
He looks ready to go, Tyson. Now, Eddie Cotton is on Lewis's case all the time, isn't he, here?
Don't do it again. I'm taking another point away. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the hold, it's the pushing, it's the leaning on that he's not happy with.
Tyson's left eye cut. There was damage, as we thought. Cut to both eyes, swollen around the face, eating the jab all night, but still believing maybe that he can come up with one punch. And so far he has not resorted to anything untoward. It's Lewis who's had the point deducted.
But Lewis is really on top of his game, isn't he? Concentration is tremendous. Really teaching Tyson a lesson out there.
Tyson looks like he's run out of ideas about how to get close enough to land. What Lewis can't afford to do is to get languid, complacent, switch off. He has to go and finish this now, doesn't he, Glenn?
Yes, he does. He has to. I mean, he's doing it right here. He's taking it bit by bit. He's just trying to take all the fight out of him, dismantle him.
Putting it all together with consummate professionalism and class, Lewis. He just cannot slip a jab anymore, Tyson.
All right, stop.
You're watching watching a shell of the old Reign of Terror man from way back when.
Well, we thought Tyson might be a 3-round fight, and maybe that's all he needed. But he's proven that maybe there was only one good round in him.
Lewis again. Was Mike Tyson tonight a Grand Prix car that had been polished up, but with only a thimbleful of petrol in it?
This fight is all the way. You gonna fuck around and let him catch you with some shit if you don't watch. This man is dating out there, he wants to quit. And you out here playing petty petty.
Give me all you got, one round.
They're getting desperate in that corner, aren't they?
Yep, they are, especially when they're saying that, give me all you got for one round.
Which suggests that they think he might only have one more round. That sounded like, give me one last desperate effort.
You got to move your hands. Now we got to win this round right here.
Easy for them to say.
Yep, he's in with Lennox Lewis, who is really boxing at his very best.
Goddamn right, this is ridiculous.
But I just wonder whether this most tense and dramatic of fights has got another twist somewhere. That's the shot we think that opened up the left eye of Tyson. 6th round. Not many people thought it would go this far. Lewis is using his size and strength, and his strategy is spot on for the man in front of him. Lewis often at his best when the alarm bells are ringing in his head about the man in front of him.
Come on, let's go.
But Tyson unable to get any worthwhile punch on. Another fantastic right hand from Lewis.
He's really teeing off on Tyson. If Tyson is going out tonight, he'll be doing it on his shield by the look of it.
Okay, stop punching me. Come on.
And in a way, he might find an honourable redemption even in defeat.
All right, get out.
Well, Ian, it's not over till it's over.
And it isn't over.
Stop punching me, get out.
Mike Tyson is dangerous every single second he's in a boxing ring. Lewis knows it, so does Emmanuel Stewart in the corner.
But the jab is keeping Tyson off balance. You've got to have balance to get your hooks going, to get the power shots going. Lewis not allowing Tyson to do that.
Just pouring with the jab a little instead of snapping it for a moment. It's a Lewis masterclass. He's trying to line up another of those woodman axes of a right hand. Thuds it home again. Tyson's taking a beating, and it's a one-sided beating at the moment. He hasn't been able to produce that last big effort Ronnie Shields was talking about. I wonder whether they might even pull him out.
Well, it could happen. He tried with the uppercut, the right hand, still not getting them on. He's looking tired. Tyson looking dejected in there.
He said he was ready to go 12 rounds. He said he never felt so energized for a fight in a decade. But can he wipe away 10 years of bad living with one proper preparation, which he has had this time? See, I think this weight slows Tyson too, 16-10.
Yes, I think it does, Joe. When you take away the speed and the menace that he had when he was young, he's just a short heavyweight with short arms.
Just not so much in the jab, but plenty in the uppercut from Lewis.
Well, he was obviously planting his feet for that punch.
Tyson seems almost mesmerized by Lewis's jab, as if it's some snake charmer that's in front of him.
You can't get away from him. Keep shooting uppercuts. What is this coming up? 7-8. There's no way to where this man should be in here this long. And the longer he's in here, the dangerous it is. You keep working the jab, but you got to add to it. Every time you hesitate, you start to throw the shot, then you hesitate. Let the stop go. The man ain't that dangerous. Finish the shot, go into it.
Come back with your right hand, you understand? Let your hands go. That's all we're telling you to do right now. Everybody can't talk in the corner.
You can do it.
One at a fucking time.
You can do it.
Listen, Mike, don't worry about it. Be fast, you understand me? Fast.
Well, there's some anxiety in that Tyson corner, in both corners, in fact.
Yeah, just getting a little bit unprofessional. Everybody trying to jeer him up, and that's, you know, they're getting anxious in there. Look at that right hand from Lewis, perfectly put in there.
But it's absolutely vital that only one man speaks. It has to be a clear message, and they've told Tyson, throw the right hand, let the punches flow. Lewis is dominating, but he still hasn't got this in the bag.
Well, as long as Tyson's in there, there's always danger. He's always got the power. Remember the fight. Beautiful shot, took him out.
Another right hand. He's thrown that one all night long. Very similar to the one that took out Hasim Rahman. 1-2 jabs. Then maybe there'll be 3. Then a right hand, and all of them. You just can't miss Tyson anymore. He's never been the same since he left Kevin Rooney. Well, Lewis now decides to play chess with him. It's
Stop punching it. Okay, step out.
It's the hooks, not the rooks, he's got to worry about.
There's that jab again, just keeping him off balance, knocking the head back. Tyson struggling to get past that.
Blocked that one, Tyson, and got it with his own body shot. Good defensive work for once by Tyson, and there's been not much of that. Whatever they worked on, and didn't work enough on slipping Lewis's jab. And you'd have thought that would be the #1 thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. I mean, you know, they've obviously tried to do that. They know that they're aware of how good a jab is, but it's very difficult. Lewis is a great heavyweight.
Right hand, he's being forced onto the back foot, Tyson. He's had trouble there in the past.
He's not a back foot fighter, and that's the way to beat him.
A lot of blood from the nose, the right eye closing, the left eye cut. Mike Tyson in trouble. Are we watching the final moments of his turbulent ring story?
Still tries to wind it up, get all the power into that overhand right, Tyson.
Maximum concentration needed by Lewis still. More right hands, another left, another crashing right. Referee has to take a closer look at Tyson, I think, quite soon. He gets him with a body shot, but I don't think Eddie Cotton's going to stop him.
Well, I don't think there's a lot left in Tyson. He's got to find a punch somewhere and somewhere soon.
Another cracking right. The radar spot on for all of these. Gloves come down from Tyson. He looks a beaten fighter at the moment. A badly beaten fighter, and he looks as if he knows it. But let's say one thing for Tyson. He's taken his lumps tonight without any recourse to ear biting or any of the other litany of ring crimes that he's been building up in recent years.
His character is bearing up, but look at that there.
Look, I'm not going to sit out there
in the corner.
and just let you do this, you understand? You have to throw your punches, you understand? For God's sake, you have 2 hands, you understand? Just let your hands go. Yes, you can. No, let your hands go. I want your hands to move.
You done took this guy's best shot.
He's saying I can't, Tyson.
The guy you took his best shot. This guy's getting tired. It's time for you to go to work, brother.
Come on, man.
Go to work.
You train hard.
I wonder if he's in mental meltdown there now.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. It certainly looks that way. He's almost ready to quit. He almost realizes that it's too tough a job. Tyson knows fighters. He knows how good Lewis is. And maybe he's just realized that he's too good for him.
They know he's got the punch, but it's getting close to the time maybe when his corner may have to think of pulling him out. He's trying to give it one last go.
Come on, get out. Thank you.
One more reach into the memory bank. Very, very one-sided. At the moment, Tyson is an emasculated fighter in boxing terms in there.
Yeah, he really has slowed down, trying to get a good body shot on there, Tyson, but he needs to come back with combinations. There's been none of that in this fight from him.
Tyson has only once come up with a stoppage win beyond this point in a fight. That was against Jose Revolta years ago in the early part of his career. Usually if he wins, it's early. And now it's getting late, very late. Another uppercut. Oh, another left hand and right hand. He didn't touch down. The referee steps in. Why? Because Tyson didn't go down. What is Eddie Cotton doing? There was no knockdown. But he gives him an 8 count. Well, he's administered a standing 8 count. As far as I'm concerned, that's not in the rules. But it's counted as a knockdown.
Well, he's given Tyson every bit of time, but he's just going to get more of a beating. He's a beaten man now.
The end looks close. Very close. Another uppercut. The referee's going to have to step in surely. Pretty soon.
Let's go.
It's been a monumentally impressive performance, this by Lennox Lewis, who, let's remember, is 37 in September. He's past his best probably himself, but you never get it. That's a crunching right hand, and that must finish it. It must finish it. Tyson cannot get up from that surely. He will be counted out. Lennox Lewis seals his place in history forever and closes the book on Mike Tyson. What a scintillating performance. It is all over for Mike Tyson, but I'll say this for him. Tonight he took his lumps and he went out on his shield in many ways.
He really did. Right from the start, it was Lewis in control. He dominated the fight, boxed to a perfect game plan, and he's just ended an era of Mike Tyson.
Give him some water. Give me some water.
The young man who was world heavyweight champion at the age of 20, the youngest ever, 16 years ago, could not turn back the clock here. And Lennox Lewis was supreme, absolutely supreme. Now, what are they going to say about him now? All his critics, and he can't get rid of them this side of the pond. You've got to put him right up there, haven't you?
You do. You've got to say how great a fight it is. I thought it was going to be really tough. I thought he'd lose. He proved himself. He boxed it. Tremendous tactics. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. Put him on the back foot and took all the fight out of Mike Tyson. But Tyson, he took his beating like a man. He went out on his shield.
It was a very, very one-sided showdown. First of all, that was counted as a knockdown, though I do not believe Lewis actually had Tyson on the floor, technically speaking.
Well, the uppercut that worked so well, he just goes to his haunches, doesn't actually touch down.
So the referee should either there have stepped in, if he was stepping in, should have been to stop the fight, and if he'd stopped it there, it wouldn't have been too soon.
No, it was on the cards. You knew it was going to happen very soon if it didn't happen there. Look at that, what a shot.
Well, he did it to Ruckman last time. How he's come back from that shock defeat in South Africa. Oh, that is an absolute haymaker. And Tyson is knocked out at 2 minutes 25 seconds of round 8. And that may be the last punch he ever takes in the ring.
Well, it just proves that, you know, Lewis's only real fault in the ring has only ever been complacency. Only twice he lost was when he thought it was going to be easy. When he's focused, when he does the job right, you know, he shows how great a heavyweight he is.
He surely can't retire after a performance like that, though he may feel that's the perfect way to end a distinguished career.
Well, yeah, that's the finale, isn't it? That's the peak of a career. Anything else from there, you know, he's just treading water. He's done everything now. It'd be a perfect time for him to bow it. But will he want to after a victory like that?
I wonder what happens to Mike Tyson's life now. You do worry. Here it is officially. And it'll be Michael Buffer who gets the job.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight here in Memphis, Tennessee, the legacy of a 3-time heavyweight champion has been embraced. as the referee reaches the count of 10 at 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 8. The winner by knockout victory and still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Great Britain,
I could just imagine the celebrations going on all over Great Britain at Lewis's win, which was a spectacular win. Forget any talk of a rematch, which there was beforehand about a second fight. That is not going to happen. That was too emphatic.
Well, there's the shot, the right hand that finished it all for Tyson. And didn't he deliver it perfectly? Right hook. Tyson never going to do it, never going to get back in it.
Scenes reminiscent of him on the floor. You remember spitting out his gum shield 12 years ago in Tokyo against Buster Douglas.
And I don't think then he even had the power to spit his gum shield out.
It was a pulverizing punch from Lennox Lewis. Both of his defeats avenged. Here he is in the ring now.
This fight, was that what you had anticipated?
Yeah, basically, you know, I just wanted to stay to the game plan, use my jab. I kind of, the first round was a bit rough for me because I never settled down. Manny told me to settle down a bit more. And actually, Manny told me to take him out like the 4th round, but still, you know, I just wanted to soften him up a bit more with my jab. But he was still determined, he was still tough. And he can take a hell of a punch because I hit him with some great punches, and boy, he can take him, for real.
We have Mike Tyson here as well. Mike, have you changed your opinion now of Lennox Lewis?
Well, no. Believe it or not, I've known Lennox for like 15, 16 years. We've always been friends, but in competition, the best man has to win. We have to do everything we can. I'm happy for him to give me a fight. The payday was wonderful. I really appreciate it. And if you could be kind enough, I'd love to do it again. I think I could beat you if we try one more time.
Mike, what gives you any indication that you could beat him after this performance? And was it a lack of quality opponents going into this that hurt you?
I explained before I needed 2 more fights or 3 more fights to fight him. But I believe if I would have took that route, the fight probably would have never happened. He wouldn't have waited for me. And again, he was just splendid, a masterful boxer. I just take my hand off to you and just please, if you can give me one more chance, I'd be greatly appreciative.
Are you interested in that at all, based on the way you controlled this fight?
You know, I just wanted to complete my legacy. You know, everybody was saying that, you know, this fight is going to count on my legacy. So I just wanted to prove to the people that, you know, I'm the best fighter in the world, on the planet. No guy tests this, man.
You prove that right now. You were quite annoyed. You had some very derogatory things to say about Mike coming into this fight. You said you had to win this fight to clean up boxing. Do you feel you've accomplished that?
Well, I showed boxing, you know, who's the best in the world. I went out there and showed them I'm a pugilist specialist. I can adapt to any style. And, you know, he showed me one style that a lot of people didn't think I was going to be able to deal with. But I was able to deal with it. A lot of people thought he was going to get away from my jab, but nobody gets away from my jab.
Mike, you behaved tonight. Everybody.
Biggest fans, brother.
Manny Stewart, say that again.
I was telling Mike I'm still one of his biggest fans. He's given me so many thrills, man. You know, go back to Roderick Moore, you remember?
My friend Roderick.
Mike, you've given all of us a lot of excitement. Most exciting heavyweight in the last 50 years.
Thank you very much. It was just beautiful. I'm just so happy you gave me a chance. Nobody wanted to give me a chance. Don King didn't want to give me a chance. I'm just happy someone gave me a chance. Thank you very much.
The champ and Mike, how sorry are you guys that this fight did not occur many years ago when you were at your best, and probably you weren't quite as old either?
Well, you know, the funny thing about that is, you know, heavyweights mature at different times. I would say Mike Tyson matured at 19. Nothing was standing in his way at that time. He ruled the planet at that time. But I'm like fine wine. I come along later on, and you know, I learned my art, and I went along and just took my time, and I came along and just ruled. I'm ruling now.
Mike, are you sorry this fight didn't take place years ago?
It wasn't meant to be. I've known Lennox ever since he was 16, 15 years old. I have mad respect. Everything I said was in proposition for promoting the fight. He knows I love him and his mother, and I know if he thinks I don't have respect and don't love him, he's crazy.
So you're saying a lot of the behavior, Mike, is just to sell tickets, and that doesn't represent your true feelings?
Well, he knows who I am, and he knows I'm not disrespectful. I respect this man as a brother. He knew me ever since his friend Bernie and Cuss were together, and he knows I have the much respect for him. Like I said before, he's a magnificent, a prolific fighter, and he should continue fighting. I would just love for him to give me another shot.
How important was it for you tonight, Mike, to come out here and be a sportsman and behave in the ring?
Oh, no, it was very, but I said I love and respect him too much to do anything disrespectful to him. And he knows that. And for him to think that is absolutely crazy.
Mike, we appreciate your time. You're most gracious in defeat tonight, and I think a lot of fans out there will appreciate the way that you've handled yourself tonight after some disappointing moments and some behavior in the past that hasn't been very well at all.
Excuse me.
Lennox, what now happens for you? Where do you go now? You've basically proven everything. You've beaten everybody. You've avenged the losses you've had, and you've conquered the man who you said would make your legacy. What now?
Well, you know, I'm going to take one day at a time, see what happens after this. I just wanted to complete this goal. Everybody was asking me what I'm going to do after this fight, but you know, I'm the best fighter in the world. I just wanted to prove that to the whole planet, and you know, I'm going to take one day at a time.
When he bit you, what was your reaction back on January 22nd, and did you think this one was going out the window?
Shit, I was shocked, you know, because I'm saying we're two fighters. We're going to fight it out. Why not? Let's fight it out. But the man grabbed my leg and bit it. I was shocked, and then in some way I thought he was trying to get out of the fight. But then I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get him back in the fight, you know. Biting was first blood. I got second blood tonight.
Well, let's take a look at that second blood. We have a chance to look down at the monitor. If you'll jump forward here for us and tell us what happened on the knockout punch. He had already gone down with the standing 8 count.
I was noticing he was ducking to his left, to my right, and I just wanted to catch him as he was doing that. And I caught him right on the chin, and he went down. But I'm telling you, some of those punches I caught him on the right side, he took like a man, and I was shocked that he was able to take him because I felt him right through my hand.
Were you surprised that he was only one punch and out tonight, that he put together no combinations?
No, you know, I'm thinking that Mike Tyson at his best. I'm in there not taking no chances, just waiting for my time, and just going about my sport as a pugilist specialist.
Would you give him a rematch? Is that a legitimate request after this?
Well, you know, he's asked for one. I definitely would consider it, you know, but it depends what the people want. You know, I'm going to take one day at a time. Emmanuel Stewart, the best trainer in the world. No guy tests this trainer.
Last question, possible retirement? Might this have been the crowning achievement and you'll say goodnight?
Yes, possible. Anything is possible. Big up our crew.
Lennox Lewis, congratulations to you. Terrific fight tonight.
Okay. Well, what amazing scenes. What a feel-good night for boxing. It was a night boxing needed. And whatever Mike Tyson has done in the past, and he's deserved a lot of the criticism for his behavior. Let's be honest about that. Tonight, he acted with heroic courage and as a true sportsman afterwards.
Well, he did it, what we knew was in him. You know, he lost the fight, but he lost it gracefully. You know, he did it in a professional manner. And you know, I've always thought Mike Tyson respects fighters. You know, he really does, and that's what he proved tonight. That he respected Lennox Lewis. You know, he knew how good he was. He tried his best. It wasn't good enough. And Ian, if ever once in my life I've been glad to be wrong, it's on this occasion.
Well, he was almost groveling for a rematch, Tyson, there, but do people really want to see it? Because that was a very, very one-sided beating.
Yes, it was. I think if it had been close on that, people would want to see it, but it was pretty easy for Lennox. Tyson, apart from the first round, never got in the fight. Just a systematic beating, round after round, you know, as he did the perfect thing. So I'm not really sure the public would cry out for it.
The fight was worth the wait, certainly for the Lennox Lewis fans. And I don't know, you see, there's so much money to be made. It's still Mike Tyson, and I bet you they could put a spin on it and say, well, you never know. He just might be able to do it one more time. He'll be a bit better because he had proper preparation. We shall see. But a great, great performance by Lennox Lewis. Concluded the argument quite emphatically there tonight. He's won it. And the best thing of all is, it was not a bad night for boxing. It was a very good night for boxing. Back to you for the moment, Paul.